Have you ever wondered what the best financial advice is? Well, today, I'm going to disclose one of the best financial gems I've ever received. But here's the thing. The world of finance is vast and full of valuable insights, and these pearls of wisdom can come from unexpected sources. So, keep an open mind, because these game-changing pieces of advice and knowledge might come from a teacher, mentor, coach, colleague, boss, or even a competitor. Be open to learning, and let's dive into this transformative financial advice. For those who are watching for the first time my videos, my name is Vivi Atia, a seasoned human resources expert and entrepreneur, and I am here to offer you useful insights that I gathered during my career. Don't forget to hit that like button and click subscribe, which will motivate me to create more videos for you. But before we get into the advice part, let me share you my personal story. Years ago, when I was at the beginning of my career, it was a time when financial struggles were a constant companion, and I was just a fresh graduate trying to find my footing in the world of work. I had landed my first job, an HR entry-level position that barely covered my rent and basic bills. Like many fresh graduates, I was excited about the new chapter in my life, but the reality was that I had no substantial savings, and I was living from paycheck to paycheck. It wasn't easy. I found myself constantly juggling expenses, worrying about unexpected costs, and counting every penny just to make ends meet. The weight of financial uncertainty was a constant burden on my shoulders. I was working long hours, putting in my best effort at my job, but it seemed like I was running on a treadmill, going nowhere in terms of financial stability. It's essential to remember that many of us start our financial journeys with limited resources and knowledge. But, as they say, every journey begins with a single step. What was strange for me during that period was that even when I received a salary increase, my financial situation didn't seem to change significantly. I scratched my head, puzzled by the fact that more money didn't equate to more financial freedom. I remember the day I received that salary increase letter. I was thrilled, thinking it would be the solution to all my financial woes. But as the months went by, I noticed something puzzling. Despite the extra income, my savings remained stagnant to almost non-existent, and I still felt like I was living on a financial tightrope. At that time, I was quick to blame it on external factors. I thought maybe inflation was eating away at my purchasing power, or perhaps unforeseen expenses kept cropping up. It was easier to point fingers at external circumstances than to take a hard look at my own financial habits. Unfortunately, the same scenario happened also with my second and third salary increase. It took some self-reflection and a candid conversation with a wise colleague to realize that the issue wasn't external at all. It was my approach to money management. My colleague and manager at that time, Joanna, and I often had discussions about life and work. One very late afternoon, as we sat in our office working overtime to finalize the monthly payroll for the company, I couldn't help but express my frustration about my financial situation. I mentioned how each time I received a salary increase, I felt like I should be in a better financial position, but somehow, I always ended up in the same predicament: no savings, no provisions, and certainly no emergency funds. I didn't even dare mention the word vacation plans, as it was something not within my reach at that time. Joanna listened patiently and then shared some insights that would change the way I thought about money forever, which was my turning point. She pointed out something so fundamental, yet it had never been emphasized in my formal education. Joanna said, "You know, Veronica, one thing I've noticed is that each time you get a salary increase, you tend to slightly increase your lifestyle. You might dine out a bit more or call for takeaway, buy a few new clothes, or upgrade your rental apartment. It's a common trap many people fall into, sometimes due to the lack of a financial education and sometimes being pushed by those around them or the social expectations." It hit me like a ton of bricks as I realized that she was absolutely right. Each time I got a raise, I saw it as an opportunity to indulge a bit more in my spending. I thought it was a reward for my hard work. But in reality, it was a cycle that kept me in the same financial place, no matter how much I earned. Also, once those around you find out that you got that promotion or increase, automatically will hit you with the common phrases. Some colleagues or friends can say, "Let's go out to celebrate that increase or your bonus," Some family members will ask maybe for a loan or support knowing that you earn more, and yourself will think that you deserve to spoil yourself with a specific treat or gadget after all your hard work. And these are just a few examples. I am sure that once I mention these, your mind can recall similar scenarios from your own experience. Joanna went on to explain that true financial progress wasn't about how much money you earned, it was about how you managed that money. She stressed that if I wanted to break free from the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle, I needed to prioritize saving and investing. That conversation was a turning point. I decided to start saving more diligently, even as my incomes increased. I committed to the idea of paying myself first and building a strong financial foundation. It was an empowering realization. I didn't have to be a victim of my salary increases or to let the others around me push me towards what they desired. I could use my hard-earned money to secure my financial future and break free from the cycle of financial insecurity. So, remember, my friends, it's not just about how much you earn. It's about how you manage and prioritize your money. Stay tuned because I'm going to share practical tips on how to implement this wisdom in your own life and finally achieve financial freedom. But first, let's all thank those wise individuals like Joanna who have the courage to share invaluable financial insights. It's through these conversations that we can all learn and grow financially. Now, how you can achieve this? By starting to pay yourself first. You can start by setting up an emergency fund to cover unexpected expenses, then allocate some to investments and retirement accounts, and finally, save for your short-term goals. Now, let's discuss some practical tips on how to implement this advice in your life. 1. Automate savings. Set up automatic transfers to your savings and investment accounts right after you receive your paycheck. This ensures you pay yourself first, without even thinking about it. Doesn't matter how small the amount is. Step by step in the long run will matter. 2. Create a budget. Develop a monthly budget to track your spending and identify areas where you can cut back to increase your savings rate. 3. Increase contributions. Whenever you get a raise or extra income, increase your savings contributions rather than increasing your spending. 4. Stay consistent. Make paying yourself first a habit, even during tough times. Consistency is key to long-term financial success. 5. Don't use these saved funds for things that don't have a significant impact on your life. Don't let yourself to be controlled by the frenzy of that discount sign or Black Friday. These are just marketing strategies to make you buy more. In conclusion, one of the best financial advices I've ever received is to pay yourself first. It's a simple concept, but its impact on your financial well-being can be enormous. Later in life, while I read for the first time, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, by Robert Kiyosaki, I rediscovered the same financial principle that had transformed my financial outlook: paying yourself first. It was an enlightening moment as Kiyosaki echoed the wisdom I had previously learned from my colleague, Joanna. This reaffirmed that prioritizing savings and investments before expenses was not just a fluke piece of advice but a fundamental truth about financial success. It was a reminder that timeless financial principles apply to people from all walks of life, regardless of their financial status or background. So, never underestimate the power of a good book. It can reinforce what you know, introduce you to new ideas, and remind you of the path to financial freedom. Remember to keep an open mind because valuable financial knowledge can come from unexpected sources. Start today, make it a habit, and watch your financial future transform. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell for more valuable content on personal finance. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember, you've got this.